Hello everybody, here to you, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In today's video, after all this time, we're finally going to be finishing off from the ground up and completing Tarrey Town. So without further ado, let's talk to Hudson. Hey, it's finally starting to look like a town around here, which is exactly why we need to set up some distribution. I'd like to get a general store up and running, but there's no one with the connections and qualifications to run it. Do you think you keep an eye out for someone who knows about distribution and can run a general store? Well, that's a good thought. Rito could fly around and they should be able to retrieve and deliver supplies. Good luck. You'll need it. This seems like a real long shot. Oh, and one last wrinkle. Yeah, in accordance with the official Bolson construction policy, that someone's name must end in son. If you run into anyone that fits in with what I've said, send them here to Tarrey Town for me. Alright, so, you know the drill by now. We gotta go out into the world and find somebody. And yay, that's gonna be a long time because we're definitely gonna walk over there. We certainly didn't jump cut in the middle of videos and things like that, and I just edited it out, and no, that's not how these videos work at all. I'm glad Meadow has settled down, but I have bigger problems. My mom said she wants me to take over their family store someday. Can you believe that? I don't want to just help, I want to open my own store and sell whatever I want. But I don't want to compete with Mom. I wish there was a place I could set up my own shop. Tarrey Town? Tell me more. Tell me more. Like, do you have a car? Oh, so they're in need of a general store. That's perfect! But the Kala region, that's pretty far out there. But I guess I got to leave out our nest someday. And to have my own store. Okay, I made up my mind. I'm going. I know I'll gather some items on the way to Tarrey Town, and then sell them at my new shop. Thanks for the tip. And hey, don't be a stranger. Come visit me at my new shop anytime. So if we go over here, we can now see this guy is selling arrows. Hey, what can I get you? Hey, it's been a while. Remember me, Faison? After I left Rito village, some bandits had tried to mug me. Lucky for me, they didn't have wings. Tarrey Town is really great. Nice weather, no moms to annoy me. It's really great being able to run my own shop and sell things I want to sell. Anyway, I'm open for business, so shop to your heart's content. And Faison's shop will give us some arrows and things like that, and that's going to be pretty nice. I don't know off the top of my head if these are, like, less expensive than arrows. We'll find out. Oh, we have an ancient gear there? Huh. Well, I don't know if the price what the price difference is off the top of my head between arrows here and arrows elsewhere in the world, but all that fancy information will be on screen at some point. So yay, extra editing for me. He wasted no time getting a general store up and running. Apparently his family runs one too. And with a name like Faison, he'll fit right in. He's selling things that he's picked up while flying around. You should really go check out the store. The next is... So before we can call out more people here, we need to find more homes for them. If you can bring me that, I can combine it with what I've already got and start new houses. So as we gather the supplies to build Tarrey Town just a little bit further, let's talk about the development history of this place. So... You may have noticed that as we've built up Tarrey Town, we don't actually get that much of a say in what goes into the town. We get the supplies, we bring the people here, but it just kind of gets built up off screen. That wasn't always going to be the case though, because Tarrey Town was originally going to have the option for you to demolish and rebuild it however you pleased. However, as development of the game continued onward, the developers realized that if they did go this way, it'd kind of feel more like Animal Crossing in a way. And while that does sound cool on paper, the thing about game development is that you have to have focus. If you try spreading your ideas out too thin, then you don't really have any specific focus on one idea, and then everything just kind of falls flat. This happens all the time with new game developers who want to try and cram in as many cool ideas as possible just because they sound cool. If you want an example of this, Paper Mario 6 Star is a great example where It tries to bring in a bunch of ideas, but doesn't really focus on one particular one, and so everything just doesn't work right. This is kind of the case with this one, where it may sound cool on paper to have a more customizable Tarrey Town. That probably would have hurt the game in the end, though. So even though it would have been nice to have the option to customize the town just a little bit further, I'm kind of glad they went this direction instead, where you're more focused on bringing people to the town rather than actually building it yourself. We got the wood! It's gonna be fun! And we're going to build things that are super epic and amazing. Alright, Hudson, what do you got for me now? Hey. Did you bring the 50 bundles of wood? Excellent. Can I have them? You're a lifesaver. I actually want to talk to you about something a little personal. Not that kind of personal. Actually, I got engaged. Thank you. To Ronson. You're a cute couple. Thank you. Anyway, we wanted to have a little ceremony to celebrate, but we need someone priest-like to officiate. Could you look for someone priest-like for me? If you're looking for people devoted enough to have a priest-like person, I'd suggest the Zora. Good luck. You'll need it. This seems like a real long shot. Oh, and one last wrinkle. Long shots don't exist in this game because the developers of Zelda apparently hated the hook shot and didn't want to include it in Breath of the Wild. Actually, that's not the case. I don't remember exactly why they didn't include the hook shot, but they thought about it, and I really wish they did it, because I really like the hook shot. So next up, we're going to be going over this way to talk to this guy, because there's one more quest around Tarrey Town that we can take care of if we go over here and talk to this guy. What's the deal? We don't have time to mingle with commoners, but I have a feeling about you. I'll make an exception this time. Your clothes. I'm guessing you're a little hard up for cash, am I right? I appreciate your honesty. So for the down payment, I'd say 100 rubies sounds fair. Don't care about the details, here. Take it. We get a silver ruby for doing nothing! Woo! So you accept, Now listen to what I have to say. The Torrent wetland lies to the west of here. You're where there are guardians there. Not just one, 2 of them. You know how dangerous they are. So, Sonny boy, I'd like you to find one in Wallopin. I didn't get a chance to finish reading that because, spoiler alert, this is post-commentary. Do you need something else from me? Okay, I saw the whole thing. You did splendidly. Why do you look so disappointed? Maybe because the reward is lower than the down payment. You commoners are dozens in assumptions. The idea that a down payment is a small part of the final payment is an idea entirely unique to the common folk. In any case, our business is concluded. Go over there, or anywhere, really. Anywhere that isn't right here. You know what, you rich snobs are all dumb and smelly. I'm gonna give you a present. It truly blew you away, didn't it? That's low even for my standards. Next up, we'll be looking for somebody priest-like, so we'll be returning over to Zora's domain and looking for some old person. You look old, and a person. If during your travels you meet any engaged couple, I would like you to introduce me to them. Joining 2 souls is truly an honor, one I shall stake my life on. Just one more wedding and I'll be fulfilled. I've been waiting to hear those words. Now please tell me the specifics. And the location is Tarrey Town in Nakala. Nakala isn't too far from here. It would please me to hurry there right away. No need to worry about me. I've always had confidence in my fins and feet. It's been a long while since I've had work. I'm eager to put my skills to good use. You should come as well. I'll start the preparations for Tarrey Town. With all that out of the way, let's go talk to the happy couple. Do you need something from me? You should say Saba now. Oh, maybe you've already heard, but Hudson and I are engaged. What? Were you surprised? Hudson isn't all that great at things besides his chosen profession, but I guess this isn't a huge deal, is it? You should talk to him if you want to know more. Hey. You found a Zora? Thank you, really. He and I talked earlier, and he said that he literally was a priest before he retired. You can't get more priest-like than that. And his name's Capson, so I have no objections there. It really is amazing they were able to find someone priest-like who also had an acceptable name. Well, next is... Of course, we'll have to invite guests in order to hold a ceremony. Well, I'm talking about my boss, Bolson, and his subordinate, Carson. However, I've got to prepare for the ceremony, so my hands are full. Could you invite them for me? You know where they are. The boss and Carson are in Hatano Village, right? Excellent. I'm counting on you. Yes, I'm very well aware that they're in Hatano Village because they won't leave my house! I like these guys, so I'm not sure what I'm complaining about. Hudson's getting married! Okie do, I'm in. Wedding time, baby! Not like there's anything else to do around here. Well, I guess I'll get packed and head towards Hudson's place. This'll be fun. Okie do. Carson, we're headed out. Finally, we've been waiting for this day. Never realized how tall Bolson was. Why is he so short? Hey. Accept my invitation for me. Thank you. Now then, Carson and the boss of Bolson are waiting for things to begin. Shall we start the ceremony? Understood. Then let's join the gathering. Silence, please, everyone. We shall now begin. We gathered here today to join Hudson and Rodson in matrimony. Hudson, before the eyes of the witnesses and before those of Goddess Hylia, do you take Rodson to be your wife, to have and to hold, in good times and in bad? I do. Excellent. And Rodson, before the eyes of these witnesses and before those of Goddess Hylia, do you take Hudson as your lawfully wedded husband in sickness and in health? And do you also vow to name your children in accordance with the Bolson construction naming guidelines? Wait a moment. Those vows are not traditional by anyone's standards. What makes you say that? They're as traditional as it gets! I don't think she means traditional in that sense of the word. A vow of undying tradition. And a vow of guidelines compliance. I'll take that vow. Think of future generations. Well, those are the guidelines. I do. Excellent. And so, dearly beloved, please help me in greeting this newly married couple. I wish this new couple nothing but the utmost happiness as they set out on this journey of marital bliss. Thank you for attending the ceremony. Are you crying? What? No, just something in my eye. And now Tarrey Town looks like a real town at long last. This is all possible because of you. I can't thank you enough for all the hard work you did. Alright, this is for you. After all that, we get 3 diamonds! These were found inside the boulders we smashed when we were claiming land. Watson and I have no use for them. From the ground up, complete. Tarrey Town is one of my favorite side quests in the game. You open up so many shops and just get a really great reward with the 3 diamonds towards the end. And it's really satisfying seeing the town build up over time. This is one of my favorite side quests in the entire game. And now, it's finally done. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Your options are where to go next. You can go to the next video in the playlist where we're going to be returning to the Dabantha region to take care of some side quests over there. You can also set out for new regions, look for the Koroks across the Akala region, or ignore all of that and go straight for Ganon. Even though in the playlist that was the previous episode in the playlist. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and next time, Lady Gear to you.